Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Please subscribe, guys. It really does help with the algorithm. I mean, it really does. And a thumbs up, obviously, never hurts as well. I gotta thank you guys. I have reached over 80,000 subscribers. So you guys are the ones that have made this channel possible, of course. Inching my way up to 100,000, hopefully sooner rather than later. But I mean, you know, that's just a psychological milestone. It would be cool though. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It would be cool. I gotta start off by thanking Rob Art for posting this because it is something that one should be paying attention to. You know, sometimes one gets wrapped up in the excitement, but these are all things one should consider when we see that last pump for the bull run. So he states this: things that should have happened by now to your portfolios as we prepare for the last pumps. 1, you 10 to 100x your coins. 2, locked in those life-changing gains. 3, not touching major profits until 70 to 90% crashes. And 4, obviously have more riding for that potential moonshot. And, you know, this is just another reason why I say never, 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 ever sell all your cryptocurrency. I know some of you may think, yeah, but, you know, I really won't have enough if I sell it all. Just think of it this way. You bought cryptocurrency for life-changing gains. A little bit of waiting now could pay off big time down the road. And so guys, if you still aren't certain, I do have this Excel spreadsheet that I created. It is a crypto exit sample. Over here on the left, you put in your coins, you put in your amounts, you put in your targets manually. And, you know, depending on what you have here, like 0.78, let me just change these numbers. I don't know, 156,000 XRP, and you have maybe 10.284 Ethereum. And you change these targets. Let's say you think Bitcoin's going to go to $80,000, XRP is going to go to $10, and Ethereum's going to go to $5,500. What happens is that will populate this chart, and it'll show you what you have here, right? Total in USD, and from there you can decide, right? So if you want to cash out 70%, leaving 30% of your earnings, that would mean that you'd cash out $1.175 million. In this particular example, you would cash out this amount, and you would have this remaining. And so all you have to do in this left-hand side, just change these out manually. I've talked about this on the channel in the past. It is available in the description of the video. And so we got the XRP chart. XRP trading just shy of $1.07 at about 1.067 cents. And so we have just seen it kind of staying flat over here. You can see forming this bearish pennant pattern, but really no movement to the upside or to the downside. Now, what the bearish pennant suggests is most likely another move down. And so I've talked about that on this channel in the past. I am locked in for another buy order, one more buy order before we moonshot. So I'm going to keep you guys posted on that. If I bring up Bitcoin here, you can see Bitcoin trading at $47,500 per BTC. Again, not a lot of movement after this huge downturn. We did see that correction back up, and then a bit of a sell-off here for Bitcoin hodlers, made a higher low, and now we are trying to make our way up slowly but surely. Of course, we got to look at the 0.702 Fibonacci extension. Still not there yet, right? We've only cleared the 0.5 right now. We have to get past the 0.618 and then finally up here, the 0.702. So that's going to be an interesting time to be paying attention to. Of course, the crypto market over $2 trillion. And apparently there is even more room for the crypto market to grow. And I know we know it's going to grow, but the good news, according to Brian Brooks, is that could happen sooner rather than later, guys. I saw this from Michael at Val5Links, posted this article here from Xi Crypto. Former Binance.US CEO Brian Brooks on crypto, here's what he said: we should be at $15 trillion. It should be a $15 trillion industry. So he is confident that crypto could be a $15 trillion industry sooner than expected, given recent adoption trends by key market players. So he's taken a look at what the big players are doing. Speaking on Tuesday, say for interesting things that have to do with crypto companies, the former CEO noted the huge number of suits in the now concluded SALT conference. He was referring to the huge turn-up by investment hedge fund managers, compliance firms, banks, and asset management firm representatives in attendance, stating that's the news of crypto this year. Crypto is going mainstream. So make a note of that. Make a note of that quote there. Crypto is going mainstream, coming from Brian Brooks. As the number of companies onboarding the crypto train with investments in infrastructure keeps rising, He stated that this trend could see the industry become a $15 trillion industry from the current $2 trillion valuation. According to him, Bitcoin's price, which is currently trading at about under $50,000, frame will be ignited to rally past that resistance by continued adoption and investments in the industry. And here's a quote, guys. You need major institutional adoption, not just one or two companies, but you need all the companies on the main stage to invest. And that means mainstream management. It means large-scale custody. It means crypto-native compliance solutions, not bank compliance native solutions. So he is differentiating the two. He further noted that there was a bunch of companies innovating and building these solutions, noting that if any of them could be on top of one of those lists of companies making the word safe for crypto, it will be resoundingly successful in the future. Brian Brooks looking for a $15 trillion cryptocurrency industry, and it could happen sooner rather than later, depending on these big players, depending on who is getting involved. Of course, we are already starting to see it. We are already starting to see the institutional adoption, but he's saying it's going to get bigger, and the best part about it, he's saying that it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And for a third time, I just want to reiterate that this is what Brian Brooks said. That's the news of crypto this year. Crypto is going mainstream. Remember that quote. Because this is also happening, guys. I saw this from crypto-@crypto_-ODL here on Twitter. Posting this article, and of course, the author of this article, Charles Gasparino. We know he's been involved with the XRP community as of late on Twitter, doing more research with regards to the Ripple and XRP lawsuit. So he has learned a lot over the last few days. But the bigger point here is not so much this article. It's the fact that it was published in the New York Post just yesterday. So he's talking about the crypto industry, basically all the things we know about, how the SEC is essentially hindering the crypto industry to thrive. And the title of it is Still Young Crypto Industry Could Grow Stronger if the SEC allows it to thrive. We all know the ins and outs. I will leave the article in the description for you guys if you care to read it. I more wanted to just talk about the point that crypto is going mainstream. The same point that Brian Brooks stated over here. Right? We are seeing this in mainstream media outlets such as the New York Post. Of course, we know that Charles Gasparino has been involved in this over the last few days. This has been on his radar. So, and he's also been on Fox Business News talking about this. So, interesting to note that. And so just with regards to that lawsuit, I also wanted to talk about this found by Leonidas here on Twitter, the best defense in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, the SEC's, its commissioners, and Gary Gensler's contradicting statements. So just to kind of spell it out very, very succinctly, very clearly here was the framework in 2019. I'm going to quote it directly. Although no one of the following characteristics of the use of consumption is necessarily determinative, the stronger their presence, the less likely the Howey test is met. So they talk about the distributed ledger network and digital assets are fully developed and operational. And also point 2 here, holders of the digital asset are immediately able to use it for its intended functionality on the network, particularly where there are built-in incentives to encourage such use. Well, let's fast forward to 2021, SEC 2021 functionality irrelevant under Howey. So in the case of this Ripple lawsuit, Larson interrogatory number 5, ask the SEC to pinpoint the date by which the SEC contends the XRP ledger became fully functional. In response, the SEC noted that whether and when the XRP ledger became fully functional is irrelevant under Howey. So a complete 180, kind of going back and forth on this, and it really does speak volumes. It really does show their incompetence. It really also does demonstrate how strong Ripple's case is, and XRP community sleuths really helping this case along, everybody doing their part to get the word out, and Charles Gasparino has caught on to this, pointing this out now in mainstream media outlets. This is the traction we need, and so Leonidas just bringing up another one of these points here. So to kind of go off and talk about the XRP ledger specifically, here's some great news, guys, for those of you who may have multiple XRP wallets. After several weeks of fee voting, the XRP ledger has finally lowered the account-based reserves to 10 XRP and owner reserve to 2 XRP. So it used to be at 20 and 5. Now it is lowered to 10 and 2. Just another main point here, of course, as we know, as XRP becomes more valuable, this reserve just was not going to be acceptable. So they have voted on it. and the amounts have been lowered. So XRP scan just continuing down here. If your favorite XRP tool still shows 20 XRP/5 XRP reserves, please allow them some time to make changes where necessary. Also note that it is possible for the reserves to roll back to 20 XRP, 5 XRP if any validators change their mind. So it has been voted on. Nevertheless, it could still roll back. So just to this point here, if you do see that it is 20/5 still, give them some time to update that. With regards to the XRPL and the Ledger Nano specifically, I know I did mine just yesterday. The bird has landed and the Songbird SGB app is available in Ledger Live. Here's a guide for checking your SGB balance using the MetaMask browser extension as your interface. So Tuo Labs links the document here, guys. I will link this tweet in the description of the video. There is indeed a Songbird app that you can download, but I did it yesterday with the Ethereum app. If you did set this up, and if you did follow my video from last year, how to claim your Flare Spark tokens, your FLR tokens, to get ready for that snapshot, if you were using specifically the Ledger Nano, if you guys don't remember that video, I will link it up here. In that video, I believed I used MetaMask, set up an Ethereum wallet address, and so I was just following the steps. But here is the resource, and so if you've done all those steps, you can likely skip to, I believe it is down here somewhere. Or no, maybe it's up here. No, install the Songbird app, optional. This stuff you've already done, but I guess everybody's going to be on a different stage of this, just depending on where you left off. But anyway, very succinct, understandable steps here. In order to do that, they tell you exactly what you need to put in. So if you guys want to check your SGB balance, it should be there, and you guys should be able to access that if you are using the Ledger Nano S or X. But I know some of you guys were custodying on some exchanges, and apparently there has been some problems. So the Bearable Bull tweeted this out the other day: tag whatever exchange you held your XRP on to receive Spark, as they'll be receiving Songbird. Give them hell. If they don't give it, that is theft. Remember when Coinbase didn't want to give people Bitcoin Cash in 2017 after the fork? I do not remember that, but that is an interesting point. So there are a lot of exchanges that are apparently holding people's Songbird tokens hostage. And so, the Bearable Bull has got a lot of reach on Twitter and on YouTube. And so he tweeted this out. I will like and retweet in solidarity. There are other people here saying the same thing, like XRP_Crow, XRP community, share this. You receive Songbird tokens on our behalf. Now please distribute them to our accounts. And so, distribute our SGB tokens, of course. These are some of the supporting exchanges. The wallets, that is self-custody, so that is something different. But, this is something that should be shared, and, you guys should be tweeting out to some of these exchanges because they do hold your SGB, and you thought that they were going to give it to you, and if they still have not, I can understand why you would be upset about that. XRP's a currency here also tweeting this out. If an exchange doesn't distribute SGB to its rightful owners, the XRP hodlers equals boycott that exchange. So that is a bit of an extreme action, I suppose, but if you have other options available to you, I suggest you do it. Boycott those exchanges that are holding your Songbird because it is rightfully yours. They should not benefit from it. But of course, always make sure that you have other off-ramps and on-ramps available to you. I personally started using BITRUE over the last few months now, and I do have an affiliate link in the description. It does have a wide variety of coins. So if you are looking for another exchange, I know some of you guys have used my link. Thanks so much for that, by the way. You don't have to use it, though, if you don't want to. It is in the description of the video, just another exchange that does have the availability and also will be allowing Songbird trading as of September 27th. I did a video on that recently. I'll link it up here in the top right-hand corner. Now back to some of the news that I wanted to get to with regards to specific cryptocurrencies that I have been eyeing more and more over the last several months. So Michael posted this. Now this is Anthony Scaramucci, who is also the former White House communications director. He revealed in an interview with CNBC that $100 million has been raised for the recently announced Algorand fund. Now, I believe he was also the one who retweeted out, was it a Solana summer, and now this is going to be an Algorand autumn. Based on the price of Algorand, as we've seen it rally over the last several days now. Whereas the rest of the market, like Bitcoin, has been crashing, right? Crashed in and around here. Bitcoin, right? That was on September 6th, and we saw XRP crash as well. That same kind of pattern there, right? For XRP, September 6th, 7th. That crashing pattern down like that. Well, what happened to Algorand, Algo USD? Algorand rallied. It did crash a little bit, right? It did crash September 7th. It did, but then boom, made new highs. And so we were wondering to ourselves, what the heck is going on here? I mean, it's not a bad thing that it is making new highs. It's actually looking like it is forming a bullish pennant, which just suggests it's going to go higher. And so Scaramucci raises $100 million to invest in Algorand. I'm not going to get into the details because I want to also mention this. Now, this is from The Economist, and this is why I think this is interesting. The Economist is owned by the Rothschild family, and they just put out a recent issue. And on the cover, down the rabbit hole, the promise and perils of decentralized finance. So XRP Yoda posted this, and I find it interesting. Look at the cover here. We've got Bitcoin, we've got Ethereum, and those are the only cryptocurrencies we are seeing here on the cover. And in the article, they talk a little bit about decentralized finance. They talk about the history of Bitcoin, and I will link this in the description if you guys are interested in the details. They talk about DeFi. They purposely make a point to really give Ethereum a lot of time in this article. And so, they talk about it as a smart contracts platform, of course, how it is going to transform decentralized finance, but they also talk about NFTs, and it really is just kind of a broad look at how different cryptocurrencies, but, they kind of focus it on Ethereum, but they also kind of talk in broad terms how many different cryptocurrency projects are really going to change the way the world works. Again, the more interesting point I want to mention here is they talk about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and really those are the only two cryptocurrencies they mention by name. But they also talk about things like NFTs. They talk about things like NFTs. They talk about the dream of a low-friction monetary system. They discuss big banks and how cryptocurrencies really are going to change the financial landscape in the coming years. So again, I will link this in the description for you. I think it is more important to understand who is talking about this. The Economist, owned by the Rothschild family, as we know. We also know that behind the scenes, the World Economic Forum has a big influence over what is happening in the financial sector. And so, so I'll start with this. BondCrypt XRP posted this. And again, the contents of the article is not what I'm focusing on. It is more about seeing certain cryptocurrencies move up faster than others. XRP takes back number 6 spot as Solana crashes by over 30%. A major reason for the decline in the price of Sol is their mainnet beta shut down after suffering a DOS disruption. So I know some of you guys have been talking about that. However, I'm more interested in, as with Algorand, I'm more interested in Solana's price and the move in price and just this overall daily chart over the last year and a half, basically since the beer flu lockdown. Way back in here, it looks like the Solana token was actually launched right after that, dipped down to about 52 cents, and has rallied to over $150 per SOL token. Now, that is the equivalent. If you guys are interested, if you guys want to see how much you missed out on, that is the equivalent of about 29,000%. And I mean, even at all-time high, it's the equivalent of about almost 40,000% in gains from the bottom to the top. Now, the reason I bring this up, not because XRP passed Solana, on the market cap list, number 6, number 7. I mean, who really cares? It's because cryptocurrencies like Algorand and Solana are becoming more and more visible, and I don't think that is by coincidence. Let me also read you this, guys. Ripple just retweeted this out yesterday. This is an article that they put out back in July, okay? Evolving RippleNet for a tokenized future. Since Ripple's inception, let me just go down here. Since Ripple's inception, we have understood the potential of crypto to transform the financial system, from changing the way money moves across the globe through near instant payment settlement to the way we borrow and loan money through DeFi platforms. So they also talk about DeFi in this article here from back in July. And if I'm not mistaken, NFTs also come up in this article as well. I'm trying to look for that particular point here. Oh no, wait, it was in the tweet itself. Ripple tweeted this out. So the World Economic Forum projects 10% of the world's GDP will be tokenized by the year 2027. Read our blog post to find out why that's important and how the XRPL is uniquely suited to deliver a superior experience for NFTs. So it is in here, but I did read it from this tweet, just retweeting out this article. So first off, they mention the World Economic Forum, the XRPL, NFTs, and in this article, they talk about NFTs and decentralized finance. Okay, again, this article was back from July, so a few months old now, yet they just retweeted this out yesterday, September 18th. Of course, coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, this also came out, the Economist article from September 18th, down the rabbit hole, talking about, different projects, DeFi specifically, and I believe they also mentioned NFTs. Again, I didn't read this entire, oh, right, it's over here. Though the terminology is intimidating, charges are gasoline in price, so they're talking about Ethereum, and title deeds over digital property are generally known as NFTs, so they do touch on NFTs a little bit in this article as well. So what this says is maybe a bit of a coordination, right? To get the word out, to get people in the know to understand that this is the way the world is going. And the reason why I brought up this BondCrypt XRP tweet with Solana overtaking XRP and then vice versa, that XRP overtook Solana, is just to kind of demonstrate why and how these coins are getting so popular. So if you guys remember, the World Economic Forum put out this document, and I know I've referred to this numerous times on this channel now, and I'm not going to go over it in detail, but of course I just wanted to show you guys the coins that they mentioned back in June: Algorand, Cardano, CeeLo, XRP, Solana, and Stellar. So we have Solana up here, we have Cardano, obviously, Algorand, XRP, some of the big players in the space. Again, this was published in June. And so I just wanted to go back, guys, to the historical coin market cap. And if we scroll down here, okay, this is history, okay, a snapshot of what the market caps did look like, in cryptocurrencies history. If we go back here and we look at like the end of Q1, 2021, we take a look at March 28th. I have it up here. We have the snapshot up here. Bitcoin, obviously, number 1. Ethereum in number 2. We have Cardano in number 6. XRP was still kind of hovering around number 7. But look at where Solana was, for example. Number 22, all the way down here. All right, and even if I go look further down, Algorand down here at number 37. So these coins weren't really on our radar even in Q1 of this year. I mean, they were on our radar for other reasons perhaps, but nowhere near that visibility that they're getting today on the CoinMarketCap list. And so just to put things into perspective now, if we fast forward to today, we've got, even Cardano has jumped on the list to number 3. Of course, XRP still at number 6. Solana now is up here at number 7. And we've got Algorand climbing the list at number 18. So huge moves for two of those cryptocurrencies that are on the World Economic Forum's list, have obviously been performing very, very well. All this within a perhaps not so masked, coordinated effort to pump, Ripple mentioning the World Economic Forum in this article here, pumping NFTs, decentralized finance. Coincidentally, or maybe not so coincidentally, this Economist article also coming out talking about the same topics. So, I mean, it is something to think about. It is something to be paying attention to. Let's not forget we also have Brian Brooks saying that's the news of crypto this year. Crypto is going mainstream. So I would be paying attention to these coins, guys. I'm happy I got into some Algorand. Wish I'd got on that Solana train, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.